Well, hello everyone. It's Karen McDermott Rolfe, Independent Advisor with Creative Memories, and I am back for my virtual annual holiday open house for 2024. This is the event that I needed to postpone and reschedule, and I'm so happy to be holding it now the weekend of January 17th and 18th in 2025. So make sure to check out the first video that I shared for this event that features the festive light bulb punch. My second video was part one to this part two video. During part one, I demonstrated how to create my woven Christmas tree and my woven star. Okay, so watch part one to learn how to make the woven tree and the woven star. And now I'm going to show you how to complete the layout. I'm going to do it two different ways, and I'm going to use Peekaboo Pockets in two different ways. So I've completed my Flurry of Fun layout by just adhering my tree and my star onto a piece of designer paper with this lovely imprinted trees. I've got embellishments here from the Artsy add-on kits. Artsy add-on kits are really wonderful. If you haven't yet discovered those, make sure to check them out. They feature, they're about $8. They have about 12 variety mats. Some of the mats have lines for journaling, some are printed with titles, and some you can just use as photo mats. And then there are embellishments included, about 15 or so in the RC add-ons. And the back side of the embellishments are lettered and numbered, so you know which pieces go together to create an attractive embellishment cluster. Now, Creative Memories knows that they often hear from croppers that they struggle with creating these attractive embellishment clusters using stickers or embellishments. So they've created these artsy add-ons to make it easy for you. Because these pieces are lettered and numbered, you know which ones are going to go together. You're going to look at the diagram that comes in the packaging, so you'll know how to arrange those to get a pretty embellishment cluster. Now, the Flurry of Fun and the Christmas Charm Artsy add-ons sold out right away when they were released, but many of our other collections still have the artsy add-ons, so make sure to check out those. Now, since this paper was so pretty and I didn't want to cover it all up, I just have room for one photo. But if you're like me, you'd like to maybe get more than one photo on a layout, so that's where Peekaboo Pockets are going to come in really handy. So to complete this layout, I would either take my completed page now and slide it into one of our top loading single pocket pages, or I would tape it onto one of our traditional album pages. And then we're going to pretend in this case that I've adhered it to an album page. And then we're going to complete that by putting on our page protector, right? Right, so we're going to slide this page into our page protectors. And the thing to remember when using Peekaboo Pockets is that they go on the outside of the page protector or the outside of the single pocket pages. If you're using the pocket pages, they go on the outside. Your photos are still going to be protected by the Peekaboo Pockets that are made out of our photo-safe plastic. So now in the space where I previously had room for one photo, I've adhered two 4x6 6x4 Peekaboo Pockets, okay, 6x4, and I adhered them so they open up like this, and then here's another one that'll open down. So now I've gone from having just space for one photo to having space for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I double count that? 5 photos, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you could use one of the spaces for journaling. So I'm thinking that might be what I do for the centerpiece, is to add my journaling here, have 2 photos, have another photo, and then a photo here. So wasn't that a great use of Peekaboo Pockets? Now for my second layout, it's a little bit different. So let me try to describe this to you of what I've done. So I'm already envisioning it being a double page layout. So I've taken 2 sheets of our cranberry cardstock and I have cut a 1-inch hollow frame from each of those. okay, 1-inch hollow frame. And then I took my background paper, in this case I used the wood grain paper here, and I've cut that down to 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. And I adhered it on to the hollow frames for both both pages of my layout. Now this is going to be the right page, and we're just going to set that aside for now, and I'm not going to worry about finishing it. But I would just typically put, you know, an attractive arrangement of some photo mats and photos on this side. Now for the left side, I went ahead and finished it off using my woven tree and my woven star, so I adhered those on the left side. And again, I used the Christmas charm papers, and I used the bright white cardstock again to create the woven tree and my star. And then I put room here for a title that I cut down from a variety mat. I made the smaller woven star, and they have a little sticker cluster there. And then I cut 2 mats for photos, and that's on the right side. Okay. So I completed this page, and I did my sizing of my mats because I knew I was going to cut this in half at 6 inches. So perhaps, you know, you could cut it in half before you start adhering the mats. You know, I placed the tree and the stars, cut it in half, and then on this half, go ahead and arrange some mats and a title. Okay. So now you're going to have 2 pieces of this layout, or this page. Let me say page. And what you're going to do is you're going to take another sheet of 12 by 12 paper. Any paper that you would like to use to be the background for this piece, because we have the 6-inch by 12-inch piece that needs a background, right? So for my background, I used the white lined paper because I wanted to make sure that I had a lot of room for journaling. This is going to be a Christmas layout. It's going to hold a lot of photos, so I want to make sure that I have adequate space to journal the stories that go along with these photographs, okay? So for my 12 by 12 sheet of the lined paper, I adhered my 6-inch panel on it. And then on the remaining side, I thought that was a little bit too much journaling to have the whole panel be journaling. So I went ahead and I broke it up by putting some smaller mats right here in the center. Okay. And then I took my other 6-inch piece with the tree on it, and I have inserted into one of our 6 by 12-inch Peekaboo Pockets. So this is a 6 by 12-inch Peekaboo Pocket. And you can see I have another piece already in here, okay? So let me put this in. So now I have the front of my page. When I open the page, flip it open, this is the other panel that I had already had in the Peekaboo Pocket, okay? So I had another 6 by 12-inch of paper. The red, I'm using it with the red plaid here. And then I put some photo mats on that. And you'll see when you open it up, look at how I did the arranging. So these 4 photos are all lined up. So they're right there in the center of the layout. So I'll have photo, photo. I have these 4 photos all centered. And then I'll have journaling, journaling, photo, photo. And we close it up. And then I have, you know, just the 2 photos. So you can see I took this single page, and we went from having 2 photos to having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 photos with journaling. Now, if you don't have this much journaling, you could use 1 or both of these for photographs. So you can have up to 10 photographs. You could use, depending on the photos and how you could crop them, you could use the bigger spaces for photos and maybe the smaller spaces for journaling. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do it, but you can see how it was very intentional of how I designed this so that it would look attractive when it's opened up. It's all symmetrical and lined up, and then it looks attractive when it's closed up. And you know, when it's in my album, it's going to be this double page layout that looks like this. Again, I'll have some arrangement of mats and photos here. So there'll be even a few more photos. So I get 4 photos on this page. I'm going to have a lot of photos on this double page layout, right? By using the 6 by 12 Peekaboo Pocket. And then we're going to open it, and then we're going to reveal more photos and we're going to reveal the journaling. Okay, and again, this 6x12 piece is going to go on the outside of the page protector here. So this page would be adhered down to an album page. Page protector is slid on top of it, and then on top of that page protector, we're going to adhere the 6x12 Peekaboo Pocket to make a big flap. Okay, so I hope that I have inspired you to try some Peekaboo Pockets if you've not tried them, or if you do have them. I know that so many of my customers really love and use these too. So for my virtual holiday open house here, I'd like to see you make a layout using the woven tree and woven star. You can change it up, use different collections, different papers, and then if you have any on hand, try to incorporate a Peekaboo Pocket or two, and then share them with us. Share a photo of your layout with us in my Facebook group, Karen's Croppers, so we can all see maybe some different ways to use the Peekaboo Pockets and some different variations on the tree and the star. All right, everybody, thanks again so much for joining me for my virtual holiday open house. And this is going to be the last layout that I share for this event. Thanks so much for following me here on my YouTube channel. I sure appreciate it. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I would sure hope that you would. Thanks so much, everybody, and Happy New Year.